Alexander Obolensky. Prince Alexander Sergeevich Obolensky, Russian, Alexander Sergeevich Obolensky, 17 February 1916 – 29 March 1940, was a Rurikid prince of Russian origin, who became a naturalized Briton, having spent most of his life in England, and who went on to represent England in international rugby union. He was and remains popularly known as the Flying Prince, the Flying Slav, or simply as Obo to many sports fans. Biography. A member of the Rurikid dynasty, he was born at Petrograd, now St. Petersburg, on 17 February 1916, the son of Prince Sergei Alexandrovich Obolensky, an officer in the Tsar's Imperial Horse Guards, and his wife Princess Lubovna Narishkina. The family name derives from the ancient Russian city of Obolensk. They fled Russia after the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 and settled in Muswell Hill. He was appointed a Knight of St. John in 1938. Obolensky was educated at the Ash Boys Preparatory School, Etwall and Trent College, Long Eaton, both in Derbyshire, before going up to Brasenose College, Oxford in Michaelmas 1934, where he held a college exhibition and read politics, philosophy and economics. He graduated with a fourth-class degree B.A. Oxon. At Oxford he won 2 Rugby Blues representing Oxford University RFC as a wing/three-quarter. Having previously played for Chesterfield FC whilst still at school, he played for Leicester Tigers between 1934 and 1939. As well as Rosslyn Park SC. His selection for England caused a stir because he was not a British subject, although he was naturalised British in March 1936. On 4 January 1936, Obolensky scored 2 tries on his England debut, in a 13-0 victory over the All Blacks, the first time England had beaten New Zealand. Aided by Pathé News footage of the game, his name has entered into legend, since the first try, beating several All Blacks in a run of 3/4 of the length of the field, was widely regarded as the greatest try of the time and one of the greatest tries ever scored by England. Prince Obolensky won 3 England caps later that year against Wales on 18 January, Ireland on 8 February and Scotland on 21 March, but scored no further tries. He was selected as a member of the touring party for the 1936 British Lions tour to Argentina. He also played 7 games for the Invitation Only Barbarian FC between 1937 and 1939. On 12 August 1939, Obolensky was commissioned as an acting pilot officer in 615 Squadron Royal Auxiliary Air Force or AUX-AV, being stationed at RAF Kenley, and at the outbreak of the Second World War in 1939, he joined RAF 504 Squadron. Death. On 29 March 1940, a day after being recalled to the England squad to play Wales, pilot officer Obolensky was killed during training when his Hawker Hurricane Mark 1 overshot the runway at Martlesham Heath Airfield, Suffolk. His aircraft, reference number L1946, dropped into a ravine at the end of the runway during landing, breaking his neck. Aged 24, Obolensky was buried at Ipswich New Cemetery. Legacy. The Obolensky Lecture is given annually on the subject of rugby football, and at Twickenham there is a suite named Obolenskys in his honour. In February 2008, a project was launched in Ipswich to erect a permanent memorial, resulting in a £50,000 statue being unveiled on 18 February 2009 by his niece, Princess Alexandra Obolensky. The statue by Harry Gray stands on Cromwell Square in the town. A building is named in his memory at his former school, Trent College. The Prince Obolensky Award is presented annually by the Prince Obolensky Association at Rosslyn Park FC. The children's author Gerard Siggins based his 4th Rugby Spirit series novel on Obolensky. In Rugby Flyer, his hero, Ian Madden, meets Obolensky's ghost and learns about his life and death, and recreates one of his famous tries.